For some context before this video starts, I joined a large team in Deadrails, and it looked like it was going to be a normal round. However, once we got to the first town, the vampire, Job application, took all the loot. Two people named Bacon Happy and Bacon Friend were not happy about this. I decided to talk to the vampire and told him to share the loot next time, which he agreed to. However, the stupid Bacon duo was still so salty at him that they decided to drive off without us. They stranded us at the first outpost, and I thought we were screwed. However, this other person, Nausea, said it's okay because she had 4 horses that we could take. So me, the vampire, and the other guy, Witherstorm, sped off on our newly acquired horses. Nausea, however, stayed back for some reason. Now we were on our journey to get back on the train. Okay, so now you can see that me, Job Application, and Witherstorm were all traveling together. Witherstorm actually went ahead of us when we went to loot the town. After opening the bank, the vampire actually offered me a bond. After that, we actually found the train, but Witherstorm was not there. I can only assume he went back to Nausea when we looted the town. After going on the train, both the Bacons were doing Tesla Lab, and I wanted to leave them behind. However, I changed my mind and let them on to give them another chance. After that, we all fought Stillwater Prison, but then Bacon Happy killed my horse with the electrocutioner. Bacon Friend claimed that it was just an accident, but I didn't believe him for a second. I was upset, but I didn't object against him because I still hoped we could be peaceful. After the prison fight, we went back to our train, and Nausea actually caught up, which I was happy about, because she was the one that saved our asses in the beginning. Bacon Friend began to drive, but I glitched out and told him to stop, but he didn't. I tried catching up with the horse, but they must have sabotaged the horse because it literally cannot move. I was very pissed off, and at that moment I knew I had to get my revenge. As I was heading back to the train, I saw Witherstorm on a horse. He was the one who was also left behind, and he gave me a bandage and a snake oil. Then I saw the train, and it wasn't even that far because they found Sterling. Job Application said that he will sit on the driver's seat so that the Bacons don't leave me again. I formulated a plan with him to kill one of the Bacons because at this point, I was really tired of their shit. We waited until daytime, and I saw Bacon Friend coming. Job Application offered to sacrifice himself to do it, but I refused because I wanted to be the one to kill him. I was the one who wanted his blood on my hands. I immediately sprang into action, lighting the dynamite at the train and sprinting towards Bacon Friend. Then this happened. Job Application ran over and revived me. Then I took all of his loot. Witherstorm came by shortly and revived Bacon Friend. I guess he was staying neutral in this war and just trying to help his teammates. After that, we went to the town. Bacon Happy was being a little pussy and not looting to town in fear he would die like a noob. Me and Job Application started bullying him and making fun of his cowardice, since Job Application was the one looting all the town since the beginning, and that Bacon Happy didn't do shit. While we were arguing, a dynamite zombie came up and attacked. I was apparently the only one who heard the fizzle of the fuse, and I ran out the train as fast as I can. I heard the dynamite explode, and when I turned back, everyone was dead. I went back to the train and found Bacon Happy lying dead on the floor. I retrieved Bacon Happy's body and flung him to make fun of him even further. However, I didn't realize Bacon Friend was still alive, and he drove off, leaving me behind. I was now stuck behind the train yet again because I was too blinded by the seek of revenge that I didn't even think to help my friends. Bacon Friend stopped the train for a couple seconds to dispose of the corpses. I used this opportunity to use my snake oils to try and catch up to him. However, when I saw my friends' bodies lying on the floor, I asked myself, can I really abandon my friends like this just to get my revenge on Bacon Friend? I knew I could not disappoint my friends like this, so I stopped chasing the train to revive both Job Application and Witherstorm. However, by then, the train has already been long gone, and there was little chance I can catch up now. Witherstorm was understandably upset, since he was the one who revived Bacon Friend, and now he has been left behind like nothing. I walked along the tracks, or I tried to. It was so dark I could barely see anything. After a long time, I finally saw the outpost. I hoped to see the train there, but there was nothing. I sold some stuff and bought a dynamite in case I do catch up to the train. I set off once again, but then something terrible happened. Werewolf night. I was distraught. I was guaranteed to die here because I was not a special class, like vampire or survivalist. I was just a conductor. I walked along the tracks with caution and was attacked by a werewolf. More and more spawned in. I had good weaponry, but the werewolves had so much health, it would take an entire clip or more to kill them. Each time one spawned, it would take out half my health. I felt L was a lost cause. There was no way I was coming out of this alive. But I didn't give up. If I did, the Bacons would get away with what they did, and I cannot let that happen. It was only through sheer will and determination that I was able to survive the night. Then, it started raining blood, a very rare phenomenon. It was so cool that it distracted me from the horror that I had to endure through. The best thing happened after that. I found 2 outlaws and killed them to take their horse. It sped up the process quickly. After a long freaking time, I finally found the train. When I got onto the train, nobody was there. I then saw the castle and knew that Bacon Friend was inside, probably looting. Bacon Friend exited and was shocked I managed to catch up. I showed him the dynamite, threatening to use it. Bacon Friend kept walking towards me like he was nonchalant. Like, you ain't tough lil bro. I have no idea who he's trying to impress. I lit the dynamite and ran towards him. I had no fear in my eyes. I had nothing to lose. Bacon Friend finally backed up, frantically trying to get away, but it was too late. It was done. I had finally achieved my purpose. I was dead as well, and nobody was going to revive both of us since everybody left except for Witherstorm. Bacon Friend, being the illiterate toddler, he has started getting angry and throwing childish insults at me. I didn't care. Bacon Friend started yapping about how I'm noob at doors or something I really don't know. Bacon Friend started crawling away. I'm not sure where he is hoping to go since he can't win as a corpse, but I was happy not having him in my sight. Days and nights passed. I was still lying on the ground. Any second, I hoped to see Witherstorm coming in from my render distance and that everything would turn out okay in the end. But it never happened. Just kidding. He came by, revived me, and we beat the game together. Yay! Happy ending.